in view of the bull run, I want to just share my candid opinion and analysis on some assets that I'm trading and the ones that I'm currently watching. So if you're looking to make at least 5x coming this bull run, I think you should watch this video till the very end. So firstly, I'll be starting with BTC USDT. All right, so this BTC USDT, let's go back to the daily time frame, because that's where I like starting my analysis, so I could understand what the market is currently doing and what the market intend to do moving forward. Sorry, I just recently changed my template, so a lot of things are still not the way I want it. Okay, perfect. So firstly, whenever I look at the chart, I look at the nearest resistance or support depending on the direction of the market. So looking at BTC, the closest thing I can see is a resistance somewhere around 48,000 to 52,000. all right, so for any significant reaction to occur in BTC, it has to either get to this resistance before we start looking at probably a short position or what have you. So now let's look at, having seen this on the daily time frame, we could see that the nearest region that we are approaching is this resistance here. All right, so the first call of action is 48,000, 47,000, and the second should be around 52,200 zone. All right, so having that at the back of our mind, let's now scale down to the 4-hour time frame to see what the market is actually doing at the moment. All right, so this is the 4-hour time frame. Remember, our target is somewhere above. All right, so on the 4-hour time frame, I've carefully marked my key zones. All right, my key zones. So first zone is 35,761. The second zone is 38,438. The third zone is 40k 500, and currently the other zone, which is a resistance, is 44,199. all right, this is actually a futures market. Okay, and you could see how I drew this trend line. All right, somewhere around here. So you could see this trend line is actually obeyed. All right, and you could see the market respecting it. Sorry, so you could see the market respecting this over time, and you can see how many number of touches we had, and this is probably the last touch that we just had. All right, so meaning that this line is actually valid, because you could see first touch, second touch, and third touch validating this trend line. All right, and this is a good confluence to actually take a long trade. It's a very good confidence to take a long trade, because you would see there was a low here that was raided. Yeah, if you look closely here, you're going to see that this break of structure here was actually raided. Some call it change of character, but I'll just choose, or we can't actually call it break of structure, because the body of this candle didn't close beneath this low. All right, so the right thing to call this is actually the liquidity zone. All right, so this is a liquidity zone that was cleared. You could see the market cleared it smoothly, and after that we saw an upward movement. So if you actually wanted to take a trade, it would have been from somewhere around here. All right, this is a good confluence to take a trade. So probably wait for a retest, which has already occurred, then you enter your long position. So it's not a financial advice, I was just trying to share your thoughts. Okay, so, and if probably the line was violated and this closed beneath this, the next call of action should be around here. But of course, you trade what you what you actually see in the market and not what you want the market to do for you. All right, so this is the 4 hour time frame. You could see that currently what the market is doing is that the market is consolidating. You could see the market is consolidating, not breaking above what this zone. The market is just what consolidating. So where else are we looking at for this market to get to? Right, so you could see it's very clear enough that after a consolidation market or a consolidated market, the next thing that happens is what we call what expansion. So first the market does this, does something like this, consolidates, and after which either expands to the upside or what's to the downside. But in the case of BTC, the probability of expanding to the upside is more because there is what an attraction, there's a magnet somewhere around there trying to put price to it. All right, there's a magnet somewhere around there trying to put price to it. Sorry. So we are expecting markets to actually move forward and break above this. So if you are conservative like me, you should be waiting for the market to clearly break above this zone, retest, and probably continue. Right, but there's a way I trade the consolidated market. First I find the equilibrium and I wait for the market to pull back, and I actually take my trade from there. So but if you take your trade from here, you actually be comfortable whatever the market does moving forward. All right, so that is just my thought on BTC. So I see BTC bullish in the coming weeks. All right, so even if you go towards 1 hour time frame, it is still what same structure that you'll be seeing, same structure. The market ready liquidity, and whenever the market clears liquidity, it delivers it to the opposite side. So you could see clearly that we have liquidity resting above these zones. Yeah, it's liquidity resting above these zones. You could equally see liquidity is resting above here, and all this is a valid point for liquidity to rest above. So if we use our tool and probably enter a low position from here, we should be having a 4% increase. All right, so if I were to take this trade, I will just enter positions. Yeah, we'll have entered somewhere around here. Right, take it all up to this, and if you even look closely, you're going to see liquidity is resting above these equal highs. This approximately is an equal high, so you can see there's liquidity resting above those zones clearly. So what would the market likely do? The market will come back to clear all of this liquidity. So I will just put my stop loss beneath this last low that printed, and let's see what the market does. That's for BTC USDT. So remember, we started from daily time frame, and then we moved to 4 hour and then 1 hour. That's for BTC. So I have some other gems that I'm actually looking out for, and one of them is ENJ. So let's go over to ENJ. Yeah, ENJ. So if we go over to daily time frame, though, I see a liquidity void on this. So you could see I've been on this pair for a while now on the spot market. So see, this is a good falling wedge pattern, and after the market broke out. So where are we targeting? The next areas of liquidity, which I've clearly marked. First zone is 0.5, second zone is 0.57. So the market is actually heading there. All right, so what am I seeing on the daily time frame? This is the daily time frame, and you could see that from the 20th of December up until 27th of December, the market had what we call a one-side liquidity run. So you could see all that happened here is a buy. There was no sell. All right, and remember, the market works on equilibrium between buyers and sellers. So it buys for a while and it sells for a while. So I don't want to use my Fibonacci. Let me just use this box. So using this box, it means somewhere around here is the 50%, which is the discount. So for me to buy this market comfortably, I have to wait for it to get to 50% mark. All right, so that's just it. So this is a liquidity run, and we're having a liquidity void of the sell side, which is what the market is trying to correct. All right, but again, looking at the 4-hour time frame, you could be seeing something extremely different. All right, so this trade was entered from here. You could see how good the trade has been going all this while. All right, so on 4-hour time frame, you could see this is a crucial support because acted as a support here, as a resistance, as a resistance here, as a resistance here, as a support, and what as a support now. So what are we looking out for on this trade? Let's go to 1-hour time frame. So it was actually moving in a channel, and when the market made this high and now made a low and came back to make another high, taking out this previous high, that's clearing this liquidity from this zone. What did the market do? It delivered liquidity back to this zone, clearing everything out. So what are we looking out for? First is a sell, second is a buy. But how do we confirm which happens? All right, like I told you, from the daily time frame, there is a liquidity void, and the market has to get to at least 50% from the first run. So let me use Fibonacci here now. So if I draw my Fibonacci from here to here, so you could see that the market already tested the 50%. So tested the 50% comfortably. So now on the 1 hour, you could see that we've not had a clear break of structure, and on my other end, I'm just seeing the market is trying to clear this liquidity here. This liquidity resting at that low. So the market just came back. Let me remove this. The market just came back to clear this liquidity at this equal low. So if we don't get a clear breakdown of this low here, which is this low, if the market doesn't come back to clear it completely, this position is still valid for a long. All right, but however, if the market comes back and clears this and comes back to retest it, I'll be taking a short sell. All right, so however, what I'm just seeing is what a clear run of this liquidity here. So let's see 4-hour time frame. Yeah, just a clear run of this liquidity somewhere around here. So, and liquidity is the fuel of the market. That's what the market needs to do all it does, or move in one direction or the opposite. So if the market decides to buy or shows signs of buying, of course I'll just be targeting these liquidity zones. All right, just target all these liquidity zones for the market to come back and clear off. However, if the market shows signs of selling, I'll be targeting these liquidity zones here. All right, so it becomes very clear what I will be doing. So I'll just be targeting these zones, of course. So however you look at it, if it was to be a sell, it should be around 6%, and if it's to be a buy, we should be having up to 13 to 14% or even 15% upwards. So on the spot market, this is a good buy. ENJ is a good buy. My target is 0.5, like I said. So if you enter a buy from here, depending on what the market does, it's around 30% plus. All right, so that's for ENJ. So it's looking healthy, looking pretty good for the trades will be taken. All right, and if you decide to hold to 0.56, that should be around 50 something percent. All right, so if you took this trade from my initial analysis, you should be over at least 30 to 45% on your spot market, 30% there. Yeah, so let's go over to my other pairs. This guy, AUSDT. So the market always does this thing, you get. So I just don't want to buzz with this. Is actually a spot buy because it's a very good token, a very good .co. So you could see on the daily time frame that there is a clear falling wedge, and like I said, I usually use equilibrium discount and equilibrium premium to take my trade. So equilibrium discount for buyers and equilibrium premium for sales. So this was where the coin was listed. This is when it started, I think around 2021. The coin was listed at 0.04. It made a high of 4 point something dollars, right? So the market fell to almost discount. It's not almost this discount because this is half. You can even clearly eyeball it. All right. So if we just mark this, so you see that the market is clearly below the half mark. All right. So this should be around 0.79% of the Fibonacci, or 0.705% of the Fibonacci. That's 70.5% of the Fibonacci. So it's a good buy. However you look at it, it's a good buy on the spot market, right? So I keep adding to my bags, and like I usually trade, you can see this is a trend line that the market has expected: first, second, third, and this is the fourth. So regardless of this, this is a weak support, sorry, weak resistance, because you see how the market blew past it, came back again. It served as the support, market blew past it again, came. So I didn't even really trust it. All right, I didn't really trust it. Okay, let's see what happens here. So we are just waiting for another breakout to happen. All right, so this is not really a strong resistance. All right, that was why I didn't really take it serious. So I will just be waiting for this market to break above this and come back to test this. So you can wait for breakouts, or you can enter on your spot market and wait. Just enter on your spot market and trade. My first target is around 0.20, so which should be around 73%. So don't joke with this ATA, right? It's a Web3 project, and it's going to do well in the nearest future. All right, so that's for AT and A. My other pair is DYDX. I can't really overemphasize DYDX because that was I entered the trade somewhere around there. So I'm just trying to share this my trade with us. So if I go to daily time frame, you could see I usually tell us that first thing I look out for, where is the market currently and where is the market heading to. Right, so when I looked at it, I noticed that there is a resistance here, something similar to what happened with BTC. All right, so you could see this sharp fall, made a low here. That was last year. You could see what the market was just doing, consolidating, and finally we had a breakout upwards. All right, because if I could draw a trend line here, you see that consolidated for a while before a final breakout. Okay, so this is a crucial resistance, a very strong one. So you could see when the market did a break of market structure test, it didn't clearly test it because there was a huge gap somewhere around there. You can see the market did not clearly test that break of structure. See, it couldn't come back to test it completely. So that was what the market came back here, tested, and we saw a sell-off. Now for every sell-off, the market is just consolidating to come back what stronger. All right, so currently you're going to see on the daily time frame that this is what a bullish, some can call it a flag pattern, some can call it a bullish falling wedge pattern, but whichever one you call it, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you understand what the market is doing per time. So on the daily time frame, I'm actually bullish on this pair, and my target is still to come back and clear this, probably come back and make a double top here. So it should be around 39%. That's if you are buying on spot. Okay, is a good buy on the spot market. But however, if you are trading on futures, you have to scale down, because probably when you want to wait to make 38%, you have to hold it for a very long time. All right, so let's go to forward time frame and let's look at what is happening here. Okay, you could see I lost a couple of shades here. All right, I lost one actually because this was the first call. So why did I lose this trade? Some of us might ask. So let's look at the trade carefully. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, that was where I started from. Okay, so I saw this low here and I used my Fibonacci to mark because it was a clear breakout. I broke out, pulled back a little, so I used my Fibonacci to mark from the low to the high. Right, and I found what the equilibrium, which is somewhere around here. Now I saw a gap, a fair value gap here, which is how I enter most of my. This is a fair value gap. All right, so at the 50 mark, that was where I entered my trade, and you could see the market reacted well. All right, I entered, the market reacted well. The next thing, boom, we saw a movement to the downside. Now immediately I saw the movement to the downside, I saw this liquidity on this equal low. That's what the market is coming from. So the market cleared this liquidity on this equal low, and after which you saw the market consolidating. If you go to 15 minutes, you see clearer, you see the market what consolidate. So after the consolidation, we saw what a manipulation to the downside to clear this liquidity, or the liquidity resting below here, and immediately you saw the market make an impulsive move up, creating another one liquidity at the top side. So what did the market do? The market came back to the last break of structure, all right, or change of character, which is here, and bought up. Why is it buying up? To clear the liquidity resting above this equal high. So immediately I took a short sell from here, targeting this equilibrium here. All right, the equilibrium, because I was expecting a reaction somewhere around there. So which I aced the trade, but I lost this, I aced this. So what next did I do? I waited to get an entry, because normally I would have entered from here, but I said, okay, let me just hold on and see what the market is going to do before I actually enter my trade. So first the market, took out this liquidity here, all right, made another double bottom, clearing this one, so created a neckline somewhere around there. So I just placed my trade here, and you could see what the market did, bought up. I actually placed my trade here, yes, before this market made this low. All right, so what now happened? The market made another low, came back, tried to retest it, but whatever happens, still part of the game, right? So you win and you lose. The most important thing is that your wins are more than your losses. So don't joke with DYDX. All right, I will still come back maybe probably sometime in the future, and I will check out what the market is currently doing. So that's for DYDX. Right, it's a good buy for sports, it's a good buy for futures. All right, this is not a financial advice. Right, I'm not your financial advisor. So lastly, okay, not lastly, I still have more two pairs. I have CTK, which is CETIC. Most of us know CETIC. They're the ones that provide auditing services for most crypto projects, good projects, the blockchain and all that. All right, so what am I seeing on CETIC? Let's go to daily time frame. So these are good projects. So CETIC is actually going for $1. If you miss, now you know. Okay, so same pattern, same everything. This is a falling wedge, there was a breakout, blah blah blah. So you could clearly see this is the next, like I always tell us, I look at where the market is and where is it heading to. This is the next resistance, and there's clear liquidity resting above this zone. So after the breakout, yeah, I've been trading this from the breakout. It has done almost 40%, 50%. That's massive. All right, so on your sports bag, that made a whole lot of money. Okay, so what is the market doing currently? It's consolidating on 4 hours. So in every consolidation market or consolidating market, the next call of action is what? Expansion, either to the upside or to the downside. But depending on what the market is showing us, that there is something dragging the market somewhere around there, the price should come to test this resistance. All right, so you could see the market consolidating. This is actually a good buy though on spots. So it's still the same thing on 1 hour time frame. It's a good buy. Sorry, it's a good buy. still a good buy on spot. So if I had wanted to take this trade, I would have taken it from here. Alright, and I'll target here. Put my stop loss below. It's fine here. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, this around 10%. Wow. Okay, let's see. 9%. Yeah. Alright, so if I wanted to take this trade, I would have entered from somewhere around there, because it's clear this was the last high that was broken. Let's go to 15 minutes. Yeah, very clear. You could see a break of structure here, and the market usually comes back to test its break of structure. So that was what happened. Market came back, tested it. You could see this clear rejection, and the market is moving upwards. So that is it for it. So you can buy in your spot market. And where are we targeting? First, a clear break out of this zone. So if the market breaks out of this zone, all right, this is around 9%. We now target this high first. It's around 14%. That's for futures, but if you're on spot, you can hold the bag all through from here to here. That's around 22%, which is very good. So this is static, is a good buy, and if you look at it, next is Dodge. Yeah, so you all know how Dodge moves. All right, so let's go to daily time frame as usual. Clear, right? Clear or be no clear? Clear now. So you see why I like using higher time frames. I need to see the clear structure of the market. So this is a crucial support for Dodge, 0.5 something. Crucial, very crucial support. And you can see the market broke out. Since the breakout, Dodge has even tested 0.01. Since the breakout, that's around 46%. Okay, so what is the market doing? That's what we ask ourselves. The market is currently what? Consolidating. When the market consolidates, what next? Expansion to the upside or to the downside. Now, what are the things you look at for to consider? Is it down or up? Where is the closest resistance, which is dragging? Where is the closest liquidity that the market is likely to move to? That determines what? Your direction of the market. It's as clear as that. All right, so you could see here that there's liquidity somewhere around here. Yeah, see it. So that's on the daily time frame. So even if you are buying on spots, my first call of target is from here to here. That's around 70%. All right, so it's possible. Yeah, it is. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are currently forming consolidating. So we'll call it a bull flag. Like I said, the name doesn't matter. Just know what the market is doing, because for every price delivering algorithm, the market does what we call consolidation, expansion, retracement, and reversal. So for every market you enter, you must see one of these 4 things. All right, so first, the market consolidates. Second, it expands. Thirdly, it retraces, and fourthly, it reverses. It doesn't move from consolidation to reversal. Okay, I don't want to bore you with that detail. So this is a crucial support. All right, a very crucial what? Support here. Remember, I showed us the general structure from the daily time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, this is a resistance, flip to support, 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 and support. All right, so I usually use my Fibonacci a lot to get my discount and premium. All right, so what am I expecting? Dodge is very tricky sometimes. So from my Fibonacci, you could see we've tested a good buying position. We've tested all of this zone. So why is the market not buying yet? I don't know. All right, so if you're buying on spots, you could still buy on your spots. All right, you can still buy on your spots and wait for this zone. Buy on your spots, and if the market keeps dipping to somewhere around here, you can still buy. In fact, if the market gets to here to form a double bottom, that is perfect. All right, so you buy from there to about 20%. So how did I get this TP? This is the recent, because this high here was created because he wanted to take out this liquidity. Here, so I just put my first call of target here because that's what the market will respond to first. So to confirm that, I just use my, it's as simple as that. Use a trend line tool, draw from here to this low here, drag it to when the market breaks out. So you could see it's approximately close to this call. So if the market breaks out, we should be making at least 11%. So for futures, it's a good buy, but you have to wait for confirmation or wait for breakout. So guys, that is it. I've shared BTC, I've shared EFG, I've shared ATA, I've shared DYDX, I've shared CTK, I've shared Dodge, which is the last one. So I wish us all a happy trading, and make sure you share some profit with me. Thank you, and see you in my next video.